What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. We are back for another Bachelorette recap. We got Trent in the house. This was supposed to be a big episode for Trent. We're going to talk about that. Why don't we just get into it, okay? Because, listen, here's the thing. We got about an hour of Trent's time.
Checks fake watch.
Checks fake watch. We got about an hour of Trent's time because he's got to get back on the road for some golf thing, this whole golf thing that he does. And let me tell you, this man's was supposed to be the luggage guy this episode, but had another golf thing. When are you going to quit golf and dedicate your life to The Bachelor?
I'm going to continue to try to juggle these two things.
Okay.
That is my commitment right now. Yeah, I was supposed to be the luggage guy this season. I wasn't sure if I was ever going to be able to talk about it because just you don't know what I don't know what I can and can't talk about. But Robert Mills tweeted last night, I don't have it pulled up, but I said something to the effect of, if Trent wasn't on a golf course right now, he would be pulling luggage. And that's true. I got an email a couple months ago asking me if I wanted to be the luggage guy again. I very, very clearly said, yes, I really want to do it. It's one of my favorite things in the world. They sort of gave me a date when it might happen, and I just had something scheduled. And back then...
And also, I think that you can say, like, it was the Masters. Like, it's...
Yeah,
because you're being vague about it, and people are like, oh, like... what golf thing could he have had to do that? Like, it was the golf thing.
Right, it was the Masters.
The biggest golf thing you guys do all year.
I don't know what sort of timing.
Yeah, but that's your own schedule. Like, you're not revealing anything on their side. You're saying you had to go to the Masters, which we all publicly knew.
So, yeah, right.
No, you went to the Masters.
We went to Philly for the gambling house in the Masters, which is very important here. Barstool Sportsbook. We did live streams.
Shout out Barstool Sportsbook.
Shout out. We did live streams. We did all that, which was very important. And I would have had to quarantine for 6 days to do the luggage guy thing. So the schedules just didn't work out. So I had to, pass, unfortunately.
Respectfully decline.
Yeah. And it's devastating.
Very devastating, because let's just hope they come back and ask you again, because once you say no, they might move on to something else.
I think Robert Mills and I are on good enough terms.
At what cost, Trent?
Listen, but also, did I or did I not dodge a bullet maybe? Because Connor B is a very popular guy on this show, and it was a very sad departure, the way that it went down between him and Katie. So maybe I dodged a bullet, but probably not.
But probably not, because if you, Connor leaving was so emotional for all the guys, and if instead it was you showing up and you pulling the luggage and then all the guys started to cry.
God. And then they just made
it would be kind of funny.
He just took out his own luggage, which I like.
Yeah.
I was actually happy about, because it was like, oh, they didn't get somebody else.
Awesome
How hurt would you have been if there was just another guy, a luggage guy, come out?
Well, they have done it in the past.
They have done it, yeah. I mean, the last few seasons.
Yeah, so it was. I was actually expecting.
Have they done it since you?
Yeah.
Oh, they have,
of
but they haven't made it like a thing.
No. It's just the norm. It's just the regular person.
But if they got like another known person.
No, there will never be another luggage guy. I don't think they would do that, because everyone would be so pissed. They would be like, "How dare you make this like luggage guy Bob? It can only be luggage guy Trent."
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully the next time around, if they ask me to do it again, I will be able to do it. I don't think there will be as much of a quarantine period and all that. So hopefully my schedule will allow. I really want to do it again.
Let us pray.
I hope.
I know.
I really hope. Because I think that there is also...
You better thank your lucky stars.
Yeah.
I know.
I want you to do it on The Bachelorette. Like, I think that there's something a little angstier about pulling another man's luggage.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody also tweeted me last night. It would have been funny.
Like, I want them to get mad. Like, I want, like, I'm not mad, but, like, I'm just thinking about the other men, like, sitting around and being like, it's fucking Trent.
Well, somebody tweeted me last night saying how funny it would have been with Blake Moynes in the room. Because we clearly know each other.
Yep.
That would have been very funny. But yeah, it probably will be better.
Blake would probably ruin the whole thing, though. He'd go and like dap you up and be like, Trent!
I would love that.
They'd be like, we got to do this again.
How awesome would the clip be of Trent pulling the luggage and then Connor going, how bad of a kisser am I? And then you just get those two back to back. I would eat that up.
Yeah. Missed opportunity. It will live on in our dreams.
We're not trying to make you feel bad.
I deserve it. I just couldn't make it work.
Golf.
Yeah. You do a pretty good job juggling both, and then unfortunately this was just
you need me to fill
a culmination
in next time
of
play?
terrible things.
You just let me know.
Okay.
You see that putt I made?
I did see that putt you made at the Barstool Classic.
I like golf.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but did
watch.
you make that putt?
That certainly doesn't matter.
Did you ever pay
Yeah.
her
You
the
don't-
money that you owed her? No,
It's okay.
from the bet.
It's okay. She never
You
paid
guys
To
me.
made
be
a bet on that
clear-
putt.
You told me not to.
That's not true.
It is.
That's not
I
true.
paid for something else, and you said, "Oh, now I specifically remember." I specifically remember.
To be
okay.
clear, you don't have to
I
be
still have
good
the
at
winning
golf.
title.
You don't have to be good at golf to be on foreplay. I'm
Correct.
proof of that.
Very clear.
Right.
Yeah.
So anybody can do it.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. I'll talk to the guys if you want to fill in next time.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep.
All right,
I'm
let's
happy
get
to
into the
sub in.
show. Let's get into what was last night's episode that was very strange in all aspects of The Bachelorette. Lots of talking about jerking off, which I wasn't expecting.
Tons.
Am I able to drink that coffee that's on the floor?
You can, but don't leave it on the table.
Okay. I can
And
do
use
that.
those big ass
You
hands
gotta
to
get
cover the cup.
coasters.
I also
No,
need,
no, it's not even that. It's this.
Use
Yeah,
your
yeah.
meaty
Well,
hands to
no.
cover the cup.
I also
Should I
need.
bleep that out?
I also
Yeah.
need a straw.
We'll blur that.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt the show for that, but I do need. If I don't drink coffee, it's a
Yep.
problem. Jerking off.
Jerking off. Back to jerking off. They slapped us right in the face with this at the beginning of the episode. It was like, no. And I was wondering what was going to happen because Caitlin Bristow did post a couple Instagram stories this week being like, I just want everyone to keep an open mind and like have a sense of humor, not everything's so serious. Let's laugh at like what's going to happen on this week's episode. And I was like, what could possibly be going down that she is doing the preemptive, let's
Right.
remember like to have a sense of humor.
And
it was a jerking off ban for the group. But Katie said to the Caitlin and Daisha, like, I want to see how long these guys can hold off their self-care is what she first described it as. And Caitlin, they were confused. They were like, what, you shaving? Like, what are you talking about? And she clarified. And they thought it was very funny. And Caitlin went to the house and said, hey, Katie wants to implement this challenge. We're calling it the Whoa-Whoa. I think that's like a what did
week off
whacking off.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's a bad idea. I'll say that. Should be illegal.
Too many men to be like all in one house
Right.
in close quarters.
It's too much.
Horny as fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
And just like too much testosterone
Yep.
built up. These guys already, you can see on these shows, they go at each other. They just get angry at each other. It's going to be 10 to 1,000 times worse if you don't allow them to jerk off.
There were so many thoughts running through my head, so many things I wanted to say that I couldn't even find the right thing. Like, I
couldn't believe what we were watching.
I couldn't believe it either. And I understand, like, because I saw Caitlin tweet, like, oh, and the internet can't take a joke. Like, we get the joke.
Yeah.
We're just like, it sucks they can't jerk off. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we feel for the guys.
Right.
That seems like a little bit of torture.
I
mean,
get
and also, if
it's
you
just
think about
so
it,
bizarre.
it's bizarre. And if you think about it, like, if the Bachelor got up there and was like, ladies, vibrators, hand them over,
Yeah.
collecting them for the week,
Yeah.
no playing with yourselves, every girl would be like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
This is very uncomfortable. The internet would be outraged.
Yeah.
They'd be like, you're going to tell girls they can't touch themselves? Like, it's just crazy.
Just let everybody jerk off.
Let them jerk
Yeah.
off.
Let them jerk off.
Let them jerk off. Let
Gotta be
them
something.
jerk off.
There's got to be something that flows a little bit better than
I
that.
think that goes pretty well.
I don't know. I think
You don't want me to say it.
let them. It needs to
Let
be like
them wank.
Yeah, that's
Let
better. That's
them
better.
wank.
That's better.
Let them
I like that one
wank.
better. It's got to be 3 hard.
Right.
Yeah, we were struggling.
them.
Let them jerk off.
Yeah.
Let them jerk
Yeah.
off.
Yep.
And the hand motion.
I also don't think anybody followed this. They can say that they followed this. No way.
Yeah, it became actually a topic of conversation, which was uncomfortable. Like these guys being like, by the way, still, I'm holding out. Just wanted to let you know, doing a good job. Blake Moynes was like, yeah, I can't.
Yeah, like
Just
what,
knowing they were fully loaded, like I was watching the TV screen, like these guys' dicks are fully loaded,
Which is
and
something
you know
I
what?
truly never
Call
think
me-
of when I watch an
Yeah,
episode.
no, call me a pervert, but if we're talking about jerking off, then I'm allowed to say that I'm thinking about them being fully loaded because we've
Well, they
opened the
planted
door
the
for that
idea
now.
in our heads.
yeah, I'm just I'm just thinking of those guys like they're just like, oh, just like, man, this
Can
is
come at any
It's
second.
literally
Long
something
day.
we would never probably discuss if they didn't bring it up. Like
Never.
we've never really been like, what do we think is going on? Like it's like,
Let them jerk off in peace.
yeah,
And again, we get that
it's
it's
a silent
joke, but-
understanding.
Right?
Yeah, just like it's maintenance. It's not about. It is. It's
No,
not
but
about
Katie,
like.
I get it.
Like
I
that's
get it.
like a little too power hungry move from Katie there.
Right,
Like
like-
what gives her the right? I understand you're the Bachelorette, but come on.
Right.
Even
this-
in your own relationship to tell a guy you can't jerk
Yeah.
off. Like I
Yeah.
don't know how that's gonna work.
yeah, I mean, this is America, and
Yep.
people are going to
Trump's
jerk
like
off.
this. This is
Well,
America.
apparently it's a prison.
This is America.
Albuquerque. It's Albuquerque. They just decided that in New Mexico and their little resort wasn't going to happen. And I don't know if they will address it in later episodes, if they ever talk about it again, if they talk about it in the Men Tell All or whatever they do. But then it was just like, it was over.
If we're gonna
done
make
talking
this a
about it.
competition, I want to know who fucking
Who
jerked
won?
off and didn't. Give me a scorecard because now you have us invested.
Right.
Did they jerk off or did they not jerk off?
I want to know who broke the rule first, and that's a normal person.
I think it's got to be Blake
It has
Moynes.
to be Blake Moynes.
There
Blake
you go.
Moynes, as soon as they said you can't jerk off, he went into the bathroom and
Blake
was like,
Moynes
"I'm
was
doing
telling
this
Katie,
immediately."
it was like, he was giving her his full schedule.
It's every day, bro.
It's just giving her the full rundown. So I don't know. It was funny. Like I was laughing watching, but just because it was so absurd. Like it just felt so unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, of course it's funny to talk about. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like, down with the Bachelorette for making the
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
not
yeah,
jerk off. But of course you're going to be like, let them.
Yeah.
Let them.
I would love to talk to Katie about this, to be like, were you really like serious?
Because she's all about, the sex positive.
Yeah.
So this is kind of opposite of that. This is kind of Luke
Yeah.
P vibe.
Yeah. I don't really, yeah, I would like to ask her about it. Like what's the goal there?
Yeah.
I think she's going to get a lot of questions about it.
Yeah, I know.
Because it obviously wasn't her. Like, it's not her idea to not make the... You think it was
I think
her
that
idea?
was her idea.
You
You do.
really think
Yeah.
it was her idea to tell all the guys not to jerk off?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't like that.
I don't think a producer's going up to her and being like, hey, you should create a challenge where all the guys can't jerk off.
You don't think a producer would do that? I think that's an insane thought.
No.
I think that
this
producers
was
at
like
this point are pulling at anything.
I think this was like a joke that Katie and Caitlyn like came up with together that they thought was going to be like very funny and just went with it. That's how I
It was
saw
mean.
I could see it coming from Caitlyn because she seemed very excited to tell the guys.
Yeah, like she thought it was very funny. I just kind of imagine like, I don't know. It seemed like something that,
mean.
yeah. It was something. So I wonder if we'll get any update about that. We'll get into the dates from this episode, but before we do that,
It is clearly the middle of summertime. Some are saying that summer's almost over, but we're not going to talk about that because I just wait until after my birthday to decide that summer is over. My birthday is July 26th. Just a reminder for everybody out there if you want to wish me a happy birthday. But that's not the point of this. This is the point. It's sunglass season, and my go-to are the Nectar sunglasses. I got the Lorraine shade. You guys see me wearing them during the podcast from
They're
time to
great.
time when I need a little extra shade in this very sunny podcast studio. They're the perfect summer shades for every occasion. Each product comes with a lifetime warranty that has you covered if absolutely anything happens to them, which is the best. You have your sunglasses, you're on the beach, maybe you lose them, something happens, there's a lifetime warranty, so you are saved. And for a limited time only, and specifically for our listeners, they're offering a buy one, get one deal, which means you get two for the price of one. So this is a no-brainer. Get your Nectar sunglasses. We love ours, so make sure you visit nectarsunglasses.com/CITO to get your own today. Once again, that is nectarsunglasses.com/CITO to get your own pair of sunglasses today.
the first one-on-one date went to Justin. I don't know if you guys saw this. It happened over break. I didn't really look too... I couldn't really see it. Like I tried to open these Reddit threads and they just wouldn't show up. But I guess Justin was getting in trouble for some old tweets. Tales old as time. And
I did not see those. No.
Yeah, no, it happened like when we were all dead in the middle of vacation. So I think people were not looking at it as much. It was on the Bachelorette, and I tried, like, you had to download the app. It was all these.
You're like, I'm not downloading
I was
that.
like, this is too much. I'll look
Too
on
many
Twitter. I'll
barriers
look
to
on
entry.
I'll look
no.
on Twitter. I'll see what people are saying and what they were saying about what he said. He has not addressed it, but I think he used like the F word in some old tweets. Not fuck the other one. You know?
Yeah. That'll get you.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So anyway, this was his date. He got this 1-on-1, and it was a wedding shoot, a full blown, not even a wedding shoot, because they have done like, oh, let's take wedding photos. And it's just getting dressed up in the wedding dress and the suit and taking the pictures, i.e. Tasha and Zach. This was a full-blown wedding where they had to write vows and actually recite them out loud to each other.
Disgusting.
Hate.
You hate these dates.
Hate.
I hate them so much. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I said it the last time they had a date like this. It just seems like they're very good at acting when they write down fake vows about how they feel about the other person, and they've only known them for 2 weeks.
They don't know each other at all.
They don't know each other at all, and they're making things up, little inside jokes about each other and things that you would really only say to somebody you're getting married to. And so it just feels very weird. It feels like bad luck. Katie has been in a wedding dress too many times at this point. Like, I hate it. I just don't know why they can't come up with anything else. I understand that the point of the show, you get engaged, you get married, but we can't think of anything else besides this.
Yeah.
It's very just, it's more uncomfortable than the jerking off for me.
Yeah, I really wish it would come to an end. And I will say that I think we have, like, there's a little bit of a power, I feel, for all of us as a group, that like all of us tweeted about how we hate these dates. And within 5 minutes, Robert Mills tweeted like, okay, all right, we hear you. We won't do these wedding photo
Yeah, because I put up a video of me screaming at my TV, I hate this. I hate this so much.
It's like yes, your videos. I used to like petition to end these forever. Like everybody chimed in, and he was like, "Okay, all right, we get it." But so he better fucking listen. I hope we don't see these. I really hope we don't see these again, because it's just so uncomfortable every time. And this to me is 10 times also more uncomfortable than just like getting in the dress and taking pictures. Having to actually recite vows just feels so unnecessary.
They got married. Like, that was not,
Right.
they got married.
Right, and
Yeah.
I said last night on Cutting Stems, but they're just going to legally marry somebody one of these times. Accidentally. They're going to sign all the paperwork, and they're going to be married, and they're going to be like, oh shit, we shouldn't have done that.
Fun date. We're going to take out the paperwork, and you're going to sit with the lawyers.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you're going to learn how to sign.
Didn't Dwight do that in The Office?
I don't remember.
He like married someone accident or like on purpose, but they thought it was a joke.
That's what's
No
going
one
to
gets a
happen.
reference. Someone will.
No. I think you're right. I think you're right.
He
On
took,
the farm?
he took on a farm.
Yeah, I know you're
Yeah.
right.
Somebody tweeted it last night, so
Oh, really?
yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. No.
It's too much. And
much.
this is the second time they've done it this season. Usually I feel like we used to get it maybe once a season.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, this is weird. But I guess
when did they do it before? Oh, the proposals.
Didn't they do? Yeah.
The proposals.
Is that?
I mean, it's in the same family. Not exactly wedding vows, but
No, yeah,
they did
just
the fake
just
proposals.
like a wedding theme.
Yes, just like
Just the whole thing about like what the actual point of the show
right.
into a
Right.
date. So they do need to stop doing them just because they're very uncomfortable. And then Katie said during the dinner portion of the date, like, that was a hard day for me because it made me remember that when it does actually happen, my dad's not going to be there to walk me down the aisle.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
putting her through this emotional thing in like a dry run of a wedding. And it seems very strange.
There are just so many other things that they could do, so many other kind of photo shoots, so many other kinds of dates. And I think maybe it's just because this is our third COVID season or quarantine season, and we're just getting the same dates over and over and over again. It's like, come on, let's think of something else. Let's spice it up here. Let's do something else. And it works for certain shows. Love Island does the same challenges year after year after year. And you know that they're coming. Like, you know that there's going to be a lingerie lap dance challenge.
Yeah, and I love it every time.
I know.
I eat that shit up.
No, I'm with you. That's what I'm saying. It's for some shows it works. For this one, it's been going on far too long. The fake
have a
wedding
bad thing to
dates
say about Love
just
Island.
need to. The wedding dates need to come to an end.
I wonder if we're at a point where they're going to start traveling again for Michelle's season.
They have to, right? I mean, at this point, things are just open.
I think that they'll be able to at least I don't know.
Maybe not
at
internationally.
least in the country.
Yeah.
But within
Yes.
the United States, I would
Yes.
say most likely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would think so. We'll see what happens, but I I would think so. I think Michelle's season starts filming very soon, like in the next week or so.
Because they already did Paradise, right?
Yeah,
I didn't realize
Paradise is done.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they had already just done the whole thing.
Oh
much.
yeah, Paradise has come and gone already.
Yeah, so Michelle's season's got to start.
So
up pretty
Michelle's
soon.
season is coming up.
No more wedding dates.
No more wedding dates. They also did a roast, which is something we have seen on the show before as well. Normally the roasts are much more entertaining. This one fell kind of flat. The only good thing about this group date roast was the drag queens. The drag queens were very entertaining, and they basically told these guys they were lame as fuck to their faces, which I respect.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it. They weren't having any of it. They thought they were weak.
Well, they
thought
were like,
the
these guys
jokes
are
were
boring as hell.
Yeah.
It actually felt like having someone else point it out on the show, being like, "Oh yeah, I actually do feel that way too."
Yeah.
Because you get into it and you're watching, and you're like,
You
yeah,
get sucked
I kind of
in,
like
yeah.
a couple of these guys, maybe a couple of them are funny, and then they come out and they're like, "You guys are lame." And it's
Right.
like, "Oh yeah, I
You
agree
need
with
an
that."
outsider to be like, you guys are like, come on, step it up. Give me something. They were supposed to like prove or give reasons why like they're perfect for Katie, but then also why the other guys aren't good for Katie. So nobody really said anything about anyone besides Hunter. Hunter was the one target that everybody went after. They told Katie that Hunter has this top 4 list, which we visibly saw him say to Greg who the top 4 was. And then in the date, he was like, there's no, hands up, there's no list. But there's certainly a list. We saw him say it out loud. He thought it was him, Greg, Connor, and then undetermined 4 spot. But he is also, I guess, a Bachelor super fan, which we didn't know. But these guys were saying that he's like on the forums and the boards, the chat boards.
Can't hate that.
The way that they just wouldn't say Reddit
I
was
know.
hilarious.
I know.
He's on the blogs and
He
the
was
forums.
on the forums, the open forums.
The chat rooms.
I haven't liked Hunter a lot of the season. I don't think many people have, but him being a Bachelor super fan, that I like.
It makes me think he's almost a plant. Like him and his other forum buddies were like, we're going to get you on the show. You're going to tell us all the inside info.
I like that too. Like,
Yes,
like-
you're going to come out and tell us all the
Bachelor
secrets.
Reddit. They got Hunter together. And they
He's
said,
in.
show.
Get
He's
in there.
We got him in. He is in. He is on the
The
inside.
eagle has landed.
Yeah. Because we always talk about people going on the show for followers and how it's kind of lame and people going on
Yeah.
there to get famous. But someone going on there just to be like, I am in the mansion.
Yeah.
I have made it inside.
There is
I
this
have
many
breached
bedrooms.
the
There are
walls.
these many bathrooms.
Yeah.
Right. I really like that. I became more of a Hunter fan. Still not that
Because
much.
that's why you wanted to be the luggage guy.
Right. Once I started describing him, I was like, I'm just describing myself. I'm just like, I got on the inside. I got to go on the show. So, I'm
Yeah.
with Hunter on that.
Well, it's one thing to get on the show, another thing, and the way that you did, and then another thing to like be a contestant and
Right.
really like throwing his emotions out there that he's 100% there for Katie and all these things. And it did seem like Katie was caught off guard by how much the guys totally ragged on Hunter, because Hunter last week, obviously we didn't do a recap, but Hunter in the episode last week got rose, like got a group date rose. Like it was kind
Yeah.
of, it seemed like Hunter felt very confident, which is why I think he threw himself in the top 4. Like he got a little cocky there after getting the group date rose, and all the guys just totally unloaded on him. And I think that was a red flag for Katie. As much as you think like, maybe Katie is gonna keep one of these guys that the rest of the guys don't shit on. Every time it doesn't happen. It's worked like a charm. Whoever the group doesn't like, they're sent home. But I do think that it's worked in Katie's favor. Her strategy has worked well because the guys she has left, I think all make a lot of sense. Like she had the snitches weed out all the bad ones.
Right.
And then last night she was like, all right, time for all the snitches to go home.
Aaron, you're gone. Trey, you're gone.
gone.
Justin, I don't know if he snitched or not, but you're gone.
Justin got a rose. Wrong person. James.
Right. But you're all right.
Hunter, gone.
Hunter, gone.
Yeah.
That is a strategy that seems to have worked.
As of right now, yes. So, all these guys are going home. The roast ended pretty poorly, as far as you can say, like with the dinner portion, because that's when all the guys started to go even heavier on Hunter. and were telling Katie, and Katie just got upset about it. She like physically got sick, came out and was like, this date's over, everybody go home, no one's getting a rose. So it felt like in that case the snitching backfired for them, but at the end of the day it still was fine.
Right, because that was the main concern when Trey snitched on Thomas, was that Katie was going to have a reaction that was going to make her cancel the dinner portion and all that, cancel everything.
But I think that's how Katie came to realize, like, all right, now I'm done with this shit. And she's like she said in the rose ceremony, I'm ready to fall in love. And she just got rid of everyone.
I agree. And Hunter, he tried to take the high road at the end of the roast, just being like, I'm not going to roast these guys. I'm just going to say why I'm here for Katie. Seemed like a last-ditch effort, and it didn't end up working out for him.
Yeah, it's a good strategy if maybe, like, Katie liked you more, you know? Like, Hunter could have just gone out guns blazing and ripped on everyone.
Right.
I would have found that much more entertaining.
Everyone would have.
On no level do I think Katie and Hunter have that much of a connection.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see them. I know he got the group date rose last week, but it doesn't seem like when they're together, there's not that.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
No, definitely not. And then we have the last date with Connor, which we'll get into right after this.
Trent, Fran,
Rhea,
listen to me. I want your full attention right now. Do you guys feel safe when you're around me?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's because I got my Taser strike light on me at all times. It's a rechargeable strike light. It's got the flashlight and the stun gun feature mixed together. I keep it on me to protect people like you in my life. I want you guys to feel protected around me, and that is why I carry around my Taser strike light. Like I said, it's a rechargeable, high-powered flashlight mixed with a stun gun that can repel an attacker at any time. So somebody tries to come up on Trent, I'm like, no, sir. Get your filthy paws off of him. I got my Taser strike light and I will pow you. So right now, if you want a Taser strike light to protect you and your family, you can go to taser.com and use promo code CHICKS. It's available in the U.S. without a permit in most states, and you can save 15% off now at taser.com. Promo code CHICKS. Once again, that's TASER.com. Promo code CHICKS. Restrictions apply, and you could see the site for details.
Jason Tartick arrives for the 101 date with Connor. It was a lovely sight to see. Loved Caitlin and Jason going on this little double date with Connor and Katie. I loved this 101 date. Like, this is a great date. Let's get rid of the fake shit. This is felt like a real life double date that they would go on in real life.
That's what I liked about it, because it was comfortable with another couple. Sometimes
they're
I feel
playing games.
When you just start dating somebody, maybe you don't want to be one-on-one all the time, so you bring them out with your friends, and then your friends decide if they like him. So
I like this concept. Like, I know Caitlin and Tayshia, hopefully we see them again. As of right now, the rumors are that they are going to host Michelle's season.
Are those the rumors?
Yes. But I like the idea of bringing past Bachelor couples to go on double dates with people, but there has to be a connection. Like, Katie and Caitlin are obviously friends and they have that bond, so maybe it needs to be people that you went on a season with who were in a Bachelor relationship can come and be like, double date.
I think you just bring in whoever.
Just have it be a random person.
Joe and Jordan, bring them in.
Yeah.
Who I'm trying to think what couples I would want to see. JoJo and Jordan would be a good one.
Yeah.
Obviously Caitlin and Jason's a good one.
I was going to say Rachel and Brian, but Rachel's never coming back on this show.
Nope.
She's done with the Bachelor franchise. Why am I spacing on literally every couple? Dylan and Hannah.
Yeah, I was trying to think of paradise couples because there's a lot
Jade
of
and
those.
Tanner.
Jade and Tanner would be a really good one.
Raven and Adam.
Yes.
Raven and Adam.
The
fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just saw on Instagram. Well, they got married recently. Raven.
They did. That's
Adam.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they got a
Ari
big,
and Lauren.
Are not dying to see them.
I was just naming couples.
Yes.
They got a deep well to pull from.
I'd
But
rather have Nick V and his new girlfriend.
That'd be a good one.
Put her on there.
It is a good concept though. Just bring in couples and have them, because it did feel like a more normal date.
It did. And unfortunately, it seemed like one giant test for Connor. It's right from the beginning. Katie was throwing out, I'm not sure about the chemistry, if it's there, the physical aspect. As soon as she said that, I was like, oh, this guy's toast. Felt really bad for him.
It was really funny also at the beginning of the date where Katie was saying like he's really good at dad jokes.
Yeah.
And it felt like she was saying something sort of complimentary, but it also sounded like it drives her fucking crazy.
Yeah.
When
that
they were like, "Is he
a dad
funny?"
joke guy.
And he was like, "Well, he does like dad jokes, haha."
And then he
Dad
went
jokes on demand.
rapid fire, did 2 of them,
Yeah.
and like I feel like in the back of her head, Katie was like, "I just don't have electricity with a guy who's doing this."
Right. Like it's like I would love to, go and have like a cup of coffee with you and sit and talk and chat, but like not anything more than that. And she really
Yeah.
made it seem like this was a final test. They were going to go into the night date, see like if there's any not even go into the night, see if there's any chemistry. And we watched Caitlin and Jason from afar be like, all right, here they go. They're going in for the kiss. Like this is really important. And
If
at
you
the end
have
of the
to
day,
have-
it didn't work.
If you have to have a date, like when the main point is like, oh, let's see if I have any sexual chemistry with this person, you're dead already.
It all revolved around the kiss.
You should know if you have sexual chemistry with somebody before you even kiss them. In my personal opinion, I feel like you can feel it.
Yeah.
Right. When you have to set it up and be like, this is the point of this date, that should trigger something in your head where it's like, oh, it's just not going to happen.
I do think, though, that you can potentially have that kind of connection with someone where you think like maybe it's just a friend thing, but then you do kiss. And if the kiss like knocks you off your feet, you're like, oh shit, this actually could be something.
You're
But
right.
they had
I'm
already-
not saying that
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
always, but like but you
yes.
do have kind of a
Yes.
feeling.
But sometimes that also backfires where you're like really sexually attracted to someone and you kiss them and then you're like, that just did not live up to that.
yeah, you're right.
And they've kissed a bunch before, right? These
Yeah, and I think the signs have been there from the beginning. Their first kiss was the one that was like, it was really bad. Remember, it was really bad, and then Connor went to kiss her again like the next week and was like, I really want to redo our kiss. Like, I felt like that was a bad kiss. So Katie put a lot of pressure on this kiss on that date, and we knew it, and we heard her talking about it. And as soon as we saw her not dressed for dinner, Connor's buttoning up his jacket. He's talking about how excited he is, and Katie's like, this has gotta end.
Yeah, when they do the cut back and forth between
Yeah. Her,
Katie
like, in her
being
pajamas.
like, how do I, this thing is over, and Connor's like, this is going so well, it's incredible.
When
Yeah.
Katie just kept saying, he's just such a good guy, I was like, oh, he's done. He's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, Katie broke up with him in really the nicest way, but she was very honest. Like, she didn't really beat around the bush. She said to him, when we kiss, there's just something missing.
That hurts.
Can
That
you just
fucking
lie to
hurts.
him? Can
Yeah.
you just lie to him? I think all men, I speak on
Just
behalf
lie
of
to
all
him.
men, just lie. Just
Well,
be
that
like,
stuck with him forever, and we heard him say, like, how
If
bad
you
of a
hear
kisser
you're
am
a
I?
bad kisser one time, you're fucked.
Right,
like
now
that's gotta.
Every time he goes,
Oh my
like,
God.
going forward,
That's in his head
all-
forever.
he's going to have the yips now.
Yeah.
He's going to just be
It's
thinking
gonna
about
be worse because of that.
Right.
No
if she
doubt.
told him you're a great kisser, he would then go into every kiss now with
Like
confidence.
confidence.
Yeah.
Like he'd be like, "Oh, I'm a great kisser. I got this." And now he's like,
I'm a bad
It's gonna
kisser.
be even worse.
Right, and I'm
Yeah.
sure people will be like, why would you lie to him? Don't do that. Honesty in that situation is worse, unfortunately, because you do send him off with the feeling that he's just like,
that everything
suck
fell apart
at
because he
kissing.
can't kiss.
Right, because everything else was there. Like, they seem to get along.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Katie
That's
seemed to
definitely
like
how they
him.
made it seem.
But then when she's just like, yeah, when we kiss, there's just nothing there.
Gotta be
And
able to kiss.
Yeah.
It's tough. I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, it was sad. And then, like we talked about in the beginning, even sadder that all the men like cried when he left, and they were all very emotional about him leaving, which shows that he clearly is a very good guy, and they
Yeah.
all like him a lot. Michael like gave him this kiss on the cheek that was like, it was very emotional.
Yeah, and now you look back on the cat suit, and like the cat suit is funny and cute. Like if he goes all the
Yeah.
way and wins,
Yeah.
like what an origin story.
Yeah.
The guy that showed up in the cat suit, now he's just the guy that showed up in the cat suit who had no sexual chemistry
Yeah.
with Katie.
Yeah, and we probably should have made that assumption after the cat suit.
Well, it goes one
You
of two
know?
ways. And I think when it originally happened,
really thought
said,
it was
like,
gonna work.
because Katie does seem to like those
Yeah.
like cutesy things. Blake
For sure.
Moynes is a
And
perfect example
Connor
of that.
sang her a song last week and she cried.
Right.
Like, it seemed I had him going so far too.
And it just
Me and Hunter, our top 4, really blew up.
Yeah.
You and Hunter, one and the same.
Me and Hunter, just a couple of super fans getting it wrong.
I think we talked about it last night. He's the guy who has a very good chance of showing up on Paradise, Connor B.
I think so. I think so.
In the cat suit. Well, hot
Don't
for
make
that.
it
He'll
put
bring
that
the
thing
he'll
back.
bring the ukulele. The amount of buttons that guy doesn't button on his shirt, he's born for paradise. He has his shirts unbuttoned. Dude, I thought last week when he played that song for Katie that his shirt was just open. Like, that's how many buttons were undone. I just thought he had the full thing open. It was buttoned under
what's
his
the
belly button,
appropriate
pretty
amount
much.
of buttons? What do you say? Like, what's
2?
2?
Like,
Because you
there's
never
one
button
all
the
the way
top
at the
one.
top, never buttoned. And then
That's what
one
Bubba Watson
done.
does.
I think you can do 2, not counting all the way at the top.
2, 3 if you're in Europe.
If you're
3, yeah,
outside,
yeah.
probably one more.
Yeah.
Probably
You're on the
3
beach.
If you're on the beach, yeah, but like he's inside, like singing a song, and
3
it was
if you're outside, 2
it could have been 4 he had undone. It was a lot.
Is it rude of me to say that I'm not too upset about Connor going home because I wasn't sexually attracted to Connor?
Just
Not
the
at
hits
all.
keep
I
coming
very
for
know, but
Connor
I
B.
understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. You want to watch Katie make out with the guy and be like kind of turned on.
Yes.
Yeah. I
mean,
agree with you.
You had to be upset when you saw the guy's reaction to him leaving.
I mean, I wasn't that upset
I
about
was
it.
like,
That's
oh,
the thing.
shit. Like, this is sad.
No,
You feel bad, but what are we gonna hold his hand and walk him out and give him a cookie? Like
sure.
Trey
you
would've.
didn't make it.
for sure. But you like feel something watching Katie and Blake Moynes make out. That's
right.
for sure.
You're like, oh shit.
They're
That's
rolling
real.
around. It's steamy. Blake Moynes.
Front
This
runner.
guy shows up after Connor leaves. He knows Katie's upset. He brings the little speaker. He has his say anything moment. And he's got it over his head. He's playing the song that they danced to last week during their one-on-one. Katie comes out on the balcony, the whole thing. It was very cheesy, very rom-com-esque. I loved every second of it. And Katie also absolutely ate it up.
You could talk me into a Claire and Dale situation with Katie and Blake. Just leave it's over. It's over.
I am very convinced that Katie is going to like Blake a lot, and I'm kind of convinced that Blake might flake.
You really think so? I don't think he would show up late.
Right.
And
I don't know. What are you making of these
But he
previews of
didn't
him
really
being
know
like,
her,
I'm not
right?
in love? Like, he's straight up like, I'm not in love.
we've seen previews before that don't always go.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Yeah, it could be a fake out. I don't know.
I just can't see a world where Blake shows up late and
Right.
then also leaves early.
Right, 'cause he did
then
say
he becomes one of the hatest people ever.
Yeah,
Like, it's like,
and-
you can't do that.
And he did say, like, at the end of this little interaction between them, like, I could be engaged
Has Katie
at
said
the end of this. Like,
straight up that I want to leave here with an engagement?
no.
Because what could happen and what has
Not
happened
explicitly, but I think she definitely does.
Okay. Because what has happened in the past, obviously, is like you can just leave as a couple.
Yeah.
And it's like, engagement isn't the end all be all. Like,
Right.
But because I could very much see Blake and Kate just being like, let's see what happens on the outside.
Right. You're right, and I should have more faith in Blake Moynes. I really hope he doesn't leave. I do think one of these guys has got to leave on their own.
Michael.
I think Greg.
I think
Or Michael.
I think Michael.
Actually, Michael.
I think Michael and maybe Greg also. Let's get into more of that and talk about the rose ceremony right after this. We are getting to that point of the summer where we're concerts, they're coming back. We're getting ready for the fall. There's going to be a lot of shows. If you want to get your tickets, head to TickPick. TickPick is the original no-fee ticket site that guarantees the best prices on tickets to any live event. We know you guys have been dying to get back and see your favorite artists in person. I know that we are excited. There's artists like Billie Eilish, The Weeknd, the Jonas Brothers are all going on tour soon, so you've got to get your tickets. You know I'm locked and loaded for the Jonas Brothers shows, ready to go, and you can get yours at TickPick. TickPick needs to be your go-to for tickets. They never charge service fees, period. So don't bother wasting your time checking multiple sites to compare ticket prices because TickPick is the most fan-friendly ticket site there is. They guarantee the best prices on live event tickets. If you don't believe us, guess what? If you can find better prices for the same seats on another ticket site, TickPick will give you 110% of the difference in purchase price. Download the TickPick app today for the easiest way to save money on concert tickets. I'm telling you guys, it should be the first site you check when you're looking to buy your tickets. And like they said, if you find a better price, TickPick will give you 110% of the difference in purchase price. No service fees, also fantastic. You see a price normally on a website, you're like, oh, that's reasonable. All of a sudden you go to checkout and it's so much more money, all because of the service fees. Right now, you can visit TickPick.com/chicks today for $10 off your first order on live event tickets. And don't forget to download their app. That's TickPick, TickPick.com/chicks today for $10 off your first order on live event tickets. And make sure you download the app. I don't know, guys. Michael, the preview at the end of last week, the what's still to come on this season of The Bachelorette.
What a trailer.
Woo! I was convinced that they're all going home. Like when Katie posted the story being like 5 guys are leaving, I was convinced she meant like 5 guys are leaving from now till the end of the season. Like they're going to send themselves home. 5 guys are going to be like, we're out.
We better hope
that was wrong.
that Michael sends himself home just because I can't watch her send him home.
Yeah, and the way the preview of his kid being like, Daddy doesn't want to see me, like it was like,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That.
His son's on the FaceTime being like,
Yeah.
Daddy doesn't want to see me.
He's going.
I think Michael is a lock to send himself home. He might not be the only one, but he's got to be at least one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe Greg as well. All right, so if Blake Moynes, he's my front runner. He's my number one if I'm making a top 4 like Hunter. He's my number 1. I'm trying to think who's my number 2, 3, 4. I don't know who my number 2 is. Greg?
She really likes Greg.
I have a weird feeling that like Michael's going to send himself home. Greg is going to maybe send himself home. And then Blake is going to go into like panic mode of like not being ready to propose. And Katie's going to be like, what the fuck am I
just
doing
have
here?
nobody. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, who went home last night during the
rose ceremony? First of all, another rose ceremony fake out.
Yes.
She says Hunter's name first. I think everybody freaks out. He walks up and she's like, let me talk to you off to the side here.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love this. I like that it's a new wrinkle that we haven't had in the past where every other rose ceremony, you get called and you're getting a rose for sure.
Yeah.
It's just a lock. You get handed the rose and you're safe. Now, you could get called out at a rose ceremony and you still don't have a rose until you're holding it. And I really like that.
And I love how it makes the other guys react because they walked out and they were like, she has the rose. She has the rose. She has the rose. Like it's in her hand. It's in her hand. She's taking it outside. What's going to happen? They have no idea if Hunter's going to walk back in with the rose on his jacket or not. But it's quite a move. She gave Hunter one last chance to plead his case, and it seemed like it did not matter.
Did you think when they went outside, did you think Hunter was going to get a rose?
No. As soon as she said, let's talk outside, I was like, he's toast. He's done.
I thought he was still going to walk. I thought he was going to walk in with a rose.
No.
I thought he was going to be able to talk his way out of it.
The way that she delivered her little speech at the cocktail party of being like, I know, like no cocktail party. We're going right to the rose ceremony. I know what I'm doing. I'm confident in this. Let's just do it. Made me think that she has like her top guys in her mind. And now she's just like, I gotta get rid of these other dudes. Like she's ready to trim the fat and like she said, fall in love. Like this is where she's getting rid of a ton of these guys. 5 guys total went home. She ended up sending home James, Aaron, Trey, Hunter, Connor as well, obviously. So that leaves us with Blake. And I think the hometowns are in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we're
moving right
flying
along.
through this. I think there's 7 or 8 guys left. 7 maybe.
How many can we know?
Okay, Blake, Greg, Michael A, Michael P, oh no, why am I spacing out on all? Oh, Andrew
S.
S, Justin.
Yep.
Brandon. Brendan.
Brendan.
Brendan got the last rose. And I think that's
I don't know.
I think that's it. Brendan's the Canadian with the very sculpted blonde hair. Like it sits up very high on his head.
I do know who that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was that 6 or 7?
That's 7, and I think that's it.
Okay. 4 go to hometowns.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's getting tight. I think that I really I normally feel pretty confident in my predictions when it comes to this show. I have no idea what's going to happen. Like I haven't really seen any and nobody fucking send me any spoilers now that I'm saying this, but I have not really seen anything. I have no idea where this is going. Not a clue. Not even an inkling.
I'm just gonna go. I'm sticking with Blake as my winner.
Yeah.
Just the chemistry really does seem to be there.
Yeah.
And they're both kind of goofy.
Yeah.
And they seem to like that.
They
about each
work,
other.
and I hope that's the outcome. I'd be
Yeah.
very happy with that outcome. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Rhea?
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
No
Like,
fucking
I
idea.
really have no idea. You put a lot of thoughts in my head when you said that they could all leave. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
And then
I
Katie's
was
just
convinced.
like, do we get another round
Yeah.
of guys in here? But I do like where your head's at, because from what I'm watching, it does seem like Blake and Katie have the strongest
Yeah.
connection. Like,
Right. Blake
she
feels
is
like the heavy
smitten
front
with-
runner now,
yes.
but that's why I'm like, could it fall apart?
We'll
Well,
just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Michael's going home. One way.
I
or
think
the other.
Michael's going to
Yeah,
go home.
definitely.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just trying to think who my second place is right now, and I just don't have like nobody has the connection that.
Do we think Michael
Blake
sends
has.
himself? See, this is the thing though. Like Michael's got to send himself home next week then, because he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it at hometowns. Like he's going to,
No.
right? Like
God, no.
he's got to send himself home before hometowns.
Yeah, so next week
So probably next week.
I could see that because you got to get it down to 4. So you got to eliminate. She's got to eliminate 3 guys next week.
Yeah.
Michael's going to be one of them, no doubt.
Who do we think are going to be the top 4? Hometowns. Who's going to hometowns?
Blake, Greg,
Greg, Andrew S.
Andrew S. My fourth is also undetermined.
Yeah, have no idea about the fourth.
Who do you not without
I
Michael?
had Connor so solidly in my
Justin?
top that he's.
Justin.
I think wild card, Mike P.
Okay.
All right. I mean, you
Maybe.
could literally put any fourth person in there, and I'd say okay,
Yeah.
because I have nobody for the fourth.
Yeah.
Anybody other than Michael? Because he's going.
Yeah, I think he's gonna send himself home. Maybe only 3 guys go to hometowns because she.
Hey, chop chop. Let's get to it then.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think she hasn't had a one-on-one date with Mike P, so I don't even know if she knows him like at all.
If Brendan
Or has she?
/ Brandon. Oh wait, a one-on-one?
Is it
Did she have a
Brendan or
one-on-one with
Brandon?
Mike P? Yes. No. I don't remember.
No, it was the group date where he talked about being a virgin.
Yeah.
Um,
It just doesn't seem like there's that strong of a connection with any of these other guys. I would put Michael A in my top 4, but like we said, I think he's going to go home. So that 4th spot is wide open.
there's a clear top 3.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah. It's
Blake,
Blake, Greg,
Greg,
and Andrew
Andrew.
S.
Yep.
I think by far. So the rest we'll see where they fall. But it looks like it's getting emotional. Katie she's demanding a plane ticket. She's ready to go home. We got all the feels. The one thing that we haven't seen, which I don't know is telling or not, is like there's no clip of her, and maybe they're saving it, but there's no like finale proposal clip. We haven't seen anything of her like standing in a beautiful dress, like
Yep.
waiting for one of the guys to show up. What does that mean? I don't know. Maybe something.
I can't look too far into it right now. At this
You know what I'm
time.
saying? Like we
Yeah.
haven't had one like finale clip. No like limo door, no door opening,
Right.
no guys dressing up, picking out rings.
Do we think,
Nothing.
Do we think the season ends in an engagement?
No.
I'm a no as well.
Yes. Just because I'm not going to go no with you guys.
Yeah.
Fuck
Okay.
it. Yeah, she gets engaged.
Okay.
Done. She gets
Done.
engaged.
Her,
Okay,
her
you
and
heard
Blake
it here
Moyni's
first.
All
right
right,
off in the
everyone.
sunset together.
Yep. We will see what happens and we'll figure it out all. Maybe we'll find out more next week. We'll be back.